what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kryptonian saying here, bringing you guys a review for One Piece chapter 955. And yo, hold up a second, man. Yo, what the hell kind of sword did Zoro get? This Enma sword that he's got? Zoro's just slicing this thing around, right? They tell him, hey, Zoro, cut down this tree limb. Right? They say, just cut down the tree limb. Zoro cuts the whole coastline. Yo! Yo, I swear on God, man. Like, when we got to that scene right there, holy shit, dude. I wasn't expecting that. Like, you know, like, Zoro's done some crazy shit in the past, okay? Like, when him and Luffy are working together and Zoro and Luffy and Water 7 just split the whole tsunami in half, you knew Zoro was gonna do some crazy shit. During Dressrosa, when Zoro basically slices up the whole ass mountain when he was fighting one of Doflamingo's dudes, it was like, okay, Zoro's getting strong. But when you see what this sword does, that Hiyori gives him, Hiyori, it really lets you know that, like, she was looking at Zoro saying, I think this dude got something special to him. Because Zoro, as soon as he unsheaths that sword, you just see how the sword itself just shrivels this man's whole arm up, right? Like, he's one of them people got one of them big upper bodies, big upper chests and shoulders, but his arms just can't grow for nothing. It's like my man lost all his gains all at once. And then Zoro, immediately, he just has that will. He has that strong will and desire, and Zoro's arm just beefs all the way back up. It looks like he was using a form of armament Haki. And what I like right there is how Zoro immediately just tames the sword and says, that's okay, I'll take this Enma sword, don't worry about it. Because by the time I get finished swinging this thing around, I'm gonna be even stronger. So just as Luffy is getting stronger through Luffy's training, so too is Zoro getting stronger. I like that, man. Second in command is definitely doing this thing. That was very nice, man. You know, while Sanji's sitting up there trying to, you know, rub up on Momonosuke saying like, hey, man, that babe that Zoro was with, man, that was actually your sister. My man, I do whatever you need me to do. And it's kind of funny, man. That's actually how that actually works out in real life, in my experience at least. You know, you get this moment where Momonosuke is like, man, my sister was such a tomboy, getting drop kicked by somebody 18 years older. Then you have like Kinemon and the rest of them saying like, man, you know, she was such a tomboy growing up. It's crazy to think that she grew up into a lady. I'm like, family, you know, you leave town and everything, you come back, the tomboy might fuck around and be somebody super fucking beautiful later on, man. Like, that shit happens in real life, man. Like, that shit just ain't in the movies, man. You know, sometimes people, you know, they kind of grow into themselves as they get new experiences and gain new information, come into their own, and, you know, shit that you wouldn't have thought possible happens. So I thought that, you know, Hiyori, I think that speaks more so to her survival, because she needed to go down that route in order to hide who she was, because the way that they reacted to the fact that she was such a tomboy and a ruffian, and the fact that, you know, she's Komurasaki in the eyes of so many different people, it lets you know that that's part of why she was able to hide in plain sight, because everybody knew her for her previous identity. So I thought that that was kind of nice to see just how far she was willing to go on that. But, you know, I like how, you know, Zoro's going through and he's training with Momonosuke, and that's kind of cool. That's kind of foreshadowing. Eventually Momonosuke is going to get strong enough that he's going to be able to wield the sword that was left behind for him. But, you know, Zoro tells him like, hey, man, you know, hey, that phrase I told you to say, like, chill, dude. I just had some old dude in my village tell me I had to say it when I trained. So that kind of lets you know, like, with Kuina and her father, there might have been a connection to Wano, so that's me interested to see how that's going. But again, I like how you just see the training that is going on with Zoro and Luffy, and how Kinemon never stops having the faith. He says like, sure, right now we got 4,000, but, you know, maybe by the time that the battle gets here, we'll actually grow. And you get it where Frankie's looking at it, and Frankie's saying, yo, we need to have this ferry be able to carry up to 100,000 people. And everybody's like, yo, that's ambitious. We ain't gonna have that many people. And Frankie says like, yo, stop running your little gums. Look at me with your beady little eyes. And this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna build it for 100,000 people. There's nothing wrong with aiming high. So what that lets you know is that, like, Nico Robin's saying that, like, hey, we're probably gonna run into 30,000. So if you look at that, that's Oda saying like, yo, Luffy is going to come in there with a whole ass nation to rise up against Kaido, because 100,000 is a nation. So that's going to be interesting to see how many people Luffy kind of gets over on his side right there. But I like how, you know, one of the other things that you actually see is the fact that, you know, the people are saying, like, you know, even if Kinemon and them were still alive, more than likely their spirit would have been broken. I don't want to get my hopes up. We're probably still going to be slaves at some point. Nobody can stand up against Kaido. Wano's going to forever be under Kaido's care. And what I like right there is how, you know, in that time right there, that's Oda really setting it up, because it's letting you know that Luffy's going to defy the expectations right there. So I thought that that was really cool. And I like how, you know, you get this montage of scenes where you just see how everybody's starting to assemble and they're getting ready to actually start going out and start recruiting people and let people know what's going on right there, because it says that meanwhile 7 samurai with the scabbards, 1 shinobi and 1 little lord set off across the barren ground, crunching like winter frost under their soles. The sun at its zenith burns bright and hot despite the lingering clouds. These are not vengeful ghosts that come to repay the slaughter of their liege after 20 years. They cast 9 shadows upon the earth. And so what I like right there is that, you know, that's basically saying, like, look, you know, we got a plan. We're going to put this into action right here. And I like how Oda's using this as a way to say, like, look, this is Act 2 coming to a close right here. So it's like it's kind of like Oda's doing this like it's a, you know, like how you go to the plays and everything and you get like Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. I feel like Oda's kind of doing this as a play itself. A nice little change of pace right here, because usually you don't get that with the One Piece chapters. They kind of just roll one after another right there. So I'm not sure if that was something done on purpose right there, if that was just Oda testing something out new. But what I like right here is the fact that, you know, you see the improvements in Luffy when Luffy's able to actually break through that dragon hide of Kaido that I believe it's a dragon hide of Kaido that he was training on. And you see how Luffy's saying, like, look, just you wait, Kaido, I'm about to come whip your ass. But as this ends, you actually find out that Orochi has gotten the information that essentially Hiyori is still alive and that she's somewhere in the north. So, you know, it really feels like things are starting to come to a head right here. So overall, this is okay chapter, man. This is okay. You know, obviously Zoro just slicing everything up, and, you know, Zoro being foreshadowed to essentially have the Ichimonji, and the Enma sword is saying, like, look, you know, the blacksmith that crafted those swords before, essentially he left the land, and he's like, yo, you know, maybe there's something special about you too. So I like how that's being shown right before you see Luffy, where Luffy makes a breakthrough in his training. So that's going to be interesting, because that's clear foreshadowing right there. So my chapter question to you guys is, at this point in the story right here, what percentage do you actually give Luffy and them to be able to pull off what they're trying when it comes to overthrowing Kaido at this present time? So with 4,200 people and the Straw Hats at their current power levels, what percentage of a chance do they have of actually pulling this off right now? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.